Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're going to talk about, is the resume dead? Hey guys, ECRG here, and today we're talking about, is the resume dead? And unfortunately, it's not dead yet. It's dying a slow death. But it's on the way out, I believe, unless the resume gets somehow revamped or someone creates a new way to have a resume or something like that. Probably a decent business idea if anyone is interested in that. But the resume, we're kind of in this in between stage where the resume has become less and less effective, but there's still not something that's a completely better alternative to just take it out completely. So obviously we know that we're going to that place. We're eventually going to, I guess, not have a resume, but we're just not there yet in the terms that we haven't had a much better alternative that everybody's going to have. But where do I think industry is going with the resume? So obviously, the best way to get a job is through your network, and I've talked about this a bunch of times on my channel. You've seen the videos. If you want to go back and look, I've done a video on best way to get a job in clinical research, and that apply those techniques I discuss apply to other fields, not just clinical research as well. So if you haven't watched that, go back and watch that one. But what typically happens when you get a job through a network is they forward your resume onto a hiring manager or a recruiter. So still your resume is still getting tossed around, is still getting handled, but it's not used as the qualifier for if you're qualified for the job. Your friend's recommendation on your behalf is what qualifies you for that job. Obviously, they'll glance through your resume too, but the resume is no longer the entry point for getting jobs as much as it used to be in the past. So obviously, network is the best way to get a job, but still your resume comes into hand. Now in clinical research, a lot of you guys may know that you get hit up by recruiters on LinkedIn, and LinkedIn is basically like a digital resume, and it can be better than a resume because you can upload projects that you've worked on. You can upload people's recommendations are on there. People can endorse you for certain skills. You can upload examples of your work, so it's better than a resume because a resume is just going to have what you say on there. So it's going to have people that can verify that what you're saying is true, and also show the potential employer what you're capable of doing. So LinkedIn is like a beefed up version of the resume, but still a resume. And it's a searchable platform, so recruiters can search LinkedIn and look for the candidates they want. So I know a lot of people, especially in clinical research, recruiters are hitting them up on a fairly frequent basis. Like, I get recruiters hitting me up probably once a week, if not once every other week. So if a few weeks go by and I haven't been hit up by a recruiter, that either means that the following week, like 4 are gonna hit me up, or something's wrong. If that's the case, that's how I'll know the industry is not doing well, if I'm not getting hit up by recruiters. So that definitely matters. But the resume is definitely on the downslope because people just aren't using it for what they used to use it, like back in the day, how they used to use it. I described that earlier. And they're relying on other ways. Like, for example, if you're in the marketing department of clinical research, you're going to need to know how to make graphics. You're going to need to know how to maybe even edit videos, or be able to write well. And so they're going to want to see examples of this work. So they're going to want to see that you can make graphics. So this is good. Maybe you have graphics on your Instagram account or on your LinkedIn profile. Maybe you have examples of being able to write on those, like blog posts or memos to the company or whatever, or public memos out for press releases or whatever, marketing and communications. And for those jobs, necessarily your resume may not really come in handy as much, because there's going to be clear examples of your work that will help illustrate to the employer better what you're capable of doing than just a straight up list of what you've done. You can show people better than you can tell people what you're capable of doing. I'm a big believer in that. So our industries moving in that direction? Yes, especially with the increase in technology and the way it is to more easily show your work and what you're capable of across all these social networking platforms. If you're interviewing for a tech job, obviously they're going to want to see what tech you worked on, what code you've written before they hire you. And this is just going to come all the way down, all the way through all of the different, genres of works, all the different spaces you can be an employee in. And of course, it's going to come to clinical research at some point too. They're going to want to see that you show your work rather than just tell your work. Recruiters for a while have been advocating the use of the pain letter, write to your hiring manager or the recruiter or whatever about what you think is their pain point and how you can help alleviate that pain point. So that's definitely important. That matters. And that's not a resume really. That's more showing analysis that you understand the issue and that you can help solve the issue. So that's already moving away from the resume. So I think we're definitely moving in a direction that's away from the resume. And we're already there. We see the writings on the wall for the resume, unless there's some kind of magical innovation to go along with it. But we're already moving away from it, and it's more of a formality now. It's much easier to talk to somebody over Skype. You get a somewhat face-to-face interaction, and then sit there and read their resume for 30 minutes. And it's just better. You're only going to get so much. Recruiters only look at the resume for 2 to 5 seconds per applicant, so they're already not using it that much. I don't know anybody that looks at cover letters. Comment down below if you look at cover letters, because I don't even, when I submit for jobs, I don't even include a cover letter, even if it's optional and they have a space for it, because there's no way you're reading that. If you only look at my resume for 2 to 5 seconds, there's no way you're reading a cover letter, because at least on a resume you can scan for keywords and look for what you really want. Cover letter is a lot more text heavy, so I don't even submit a cover letter. So if you guys comment down below, I'm interested to see your take on, is the resume dead? Is it dying in your field or from your point of view, clinical research or otherwise? And what do you think is going to replace it? How do you think people are going to look for jobs in the future? What do you think is going to be, the qualifier for if you're qualified for the job in the future? So if you guys have any comments, please comment down below. Don't forget to like this video, share it with all your friends, all your homies and homettes. Hit that red subscribe button down below, become a part of the notification squad, and email us at eliteclinicalgroup@gmail.com for any business inquiries or if you just want to network. We love hearing from you guys. All right, take care.